So as opposition parties strategize, new developments are emerging. So now we'll turn our attention to the SDP. We've got Prince Adebayo. He was the presidential candidate of the party in the last general elections. Good morning. Thank you for coming on.
Good morning, Chamberlain. And Mark, good to see you.
Good to see you, sir.
God bless Nigeria.
Amen.
Yeah. So where's SDP in all of this coalition movement?
There's no coalition movement yet. There are only discussions by Nigerians on the need to get rid of the bad government of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. That's the only consensus we have. And it's not based on party. It's based generally on the welfare and state of the nation. Even APC members may not be in the fashion of speaking out, but I don't think they will even vote for President Tinubu. So there's a general consensus.
APC members, you said?
They will not. You know, they do everything at gunpoint now, but no gunpoint in the ballot box. So the general consensus is that we need good government, and President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is not providing it, and all Nigerians agree. Beyond that, there's no agreement yet.
Can I ask you, and this is me just asking, I mean, not as a Nigerian that has not been affected by economic upheavals, but generally asking as, you know, in terms of the general, what exactly would you say is the main thrust of the discontent that other political parties feel against the main contender right now, the ruling party?
The grounds of the political parties, at least I can speak for the SDP, is just a mirror of the grounds of Nigerians. I personally have nothing against President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and I wish him well in his retirement, which is due next year. But we are tired of burying people in this country. We are tired of burying generals killed by touts. We are tired of people being made poor, even though they are working harder than they have ever been. I'm tired of people having 2 master's degrees and driving Uber and cry at the end of the day. So we don't want a country where we're in darkness and the president ran away from us to go and give himself solar power for himself. But this is the grounds, so it's nothing personal.
So, but many of these people who are in the opposition, they were part of the problem we are facing today. Many of them across different parties.
We're not in SDP. You can name one person and I will leave the studio for you and I will never come back. Nobody in SDP is involved in that. What I can tell you is that in the opposition, so-called, we're trying to win things out. Why it is difficult to have immediate consensus, as Nigerians have it already. Why it's difficult for political class is that there are a lot of people who, to all intents and purposes, and to be honest, are worse than Tinubu, who are now pushing themselves in front. So our attitude is to always tell them, you are helping President Tinubu by showing your face. Because if you are saying the kettle is black and the pot is the one saying it, people are going to say, where is your sense of humor? This is the problem.
So who would you like not to show his or her face?
Anybody who has been in government before. And
at what level?
At any level.
Either president, governor,
whatever level, National Assembly.
So what will be left of this opposition?
No. You see, let me understand something clearly. And I hope the media doesn't have a tunnel vision about opposition. Opposition is not an association of former office holders. Opposition is anyone who has organized a group together with alternative ideas and alternative principles different from the one the government of the day is practicing and failing.
Even though they might have practiced it before and it didn't work.
No. Well, let us get it clear. Those who are in Nigerian politics are conservative and they don't change their policies. But they can change their verbiage depending on whether they are employed or unemployed. The most dangerous person in the country is an unemployed politician. Because he's so restless, he's anxious to get back to power, so he will say anything. But there are Nigerians who consistently over time have spoken about the need for us to fight corruption, about the need for us to fight all kinds of ethical gaps in our government, or the need for us to be more efficient, or the need for us to be more honest, or the need for us to spend the money on the people. So those ones, there are plenty in Nigeria. And what we are trying to do now is to transform them from being mere social critics or analysts into active organizers in politics. But the old order, the reserve bench of the incumbents, who are not now engaged by the present government, will always come and interject and put themselves in front. And we always tell them, the change Nigerians are looking for now is not a change of personality, it's not a barber's chair. We are trying to change the entire paradigm and the principles surrounding our government because it's not working.
Are they buying it?
It's for Nigerians to buy it. You can't stop a habitual contender from contending. You can't stop politicians who made all their fortune and the entire
shouldn't they be the ones to buy it first? Because after they buy it, then they present what they have to the Nigerians.
That's not how our constitution is written. Our constitution is written that power comes from the people. And the
people for voting, but the constitution also says it's the party that presents the candidates.
No, well, let's just take it one by one. If you are talking about the principle surrounding your politics, even the constitution is supposedly written by the people. So the people have said what they want in their government and who they want in government. Now, every 4 years, they have to renew it. So my focus is, there's nothing wrong with President Tinubu that was not already wrong with the way the voters voted last time. So the only way I can use my little energy that I have is not trying to change politicians. They can never change. I've interacted with them, I hold meetings with them. They don't want to change. They like the system when they are in power. When they're not in power, they don't like it. And I can't spend all my time criticizing them. All I can do is go back to the Nigerian people and say, you need to replace your political class because you don't have any. Because the characteristics of a political class is that they must be thinking, they must be organizing, they must have principles, they must have minimum requirements for you to join, they must have certain rules that even your party will kick you out. So there are allegations you can make against me today that immediately SDP will tell me step down. So they don't have any of that. So you need to raise a new political class. And if you don't raise it, you wait 20 years, you will see how to do it. Until Nigerians come together, raise a new political class and say, okay, this is a new political class. They have ethics, they have principles, they have certain commonalities that government money is for the public. You cannot be a thief and be walking around majestically. But you have opposition putting renowned thieves on high table. And you have the government allowing thieves to be forgiven if they cross to their own party. So the two sides of the political class does not favor the people. So the argument is, remember the Christmas kitchen argument, where one housewife will say, the best way to eat chicken is to fry it. And the other one will say, no, the best way to eat it is to barbecue it. None of them is a friend of the chicken. So both the people who are now incumbents and those who want to replace them as part of the class, they are not in the interest of the people. So we need to bring the people into the room, and people should stop waiting for politicians to save them. They should start to say, let us organize people. Look at a ward where 500 votes, 2,000 votes can make a councillor. Our people lack the ability to organize 2,000 people to elect a councillor. They don't show interest. So from that level onwards, we are talking of federal government. Have you gone to the states? Some of your states where the speaker kneels down to talk to the governor, where the entire state assembly will be waiting in the first lady's waiting room for Ajia or Madam to come out. So we have lost our ability to instruct our government what to do, because intellectually, philosophically, we don't want to be responsible. We are assuming that the government is coming from the sky.
How specifically would you want the people to do what you're asking them to?
What I want them to do is first to recognize that the highest and most respected office in Nigeria is office of citizen. So you will do three things as a citizen. One, you have to be conscious of the laws of your country and be in attitude to obey it. Second, you have to have a sense of responsibility that if I'm given a civic right to choose leaders, I will not sell my vote and I will not be irresponsible. Thirdly, that those who are in government, I will hold them responsible. And to do that, you have to join political parties, or at least let political parties know that I'm watching you, whatever you do in this place, we're going to vote you out. But when you get to that stage where there is no people anymore, where the democracy is missing, only the crazy is left. And the crazies are the politicians, the demo are the people, and if the people are silent, then the crazy have it.
Let me take you back to the grounds which you say that the political parties have, which is, you say, is the same grounds that Nigerians have. You enumerated them as security, economic issues, and of course infrastructure.
Yes.
Security, we have been at this now, at least the one that has plagued the country in such a way that people have found it difficult to go to certain parts. I think this journey started in 2009, and government in, government out, we have been told how they're going to address this issue, how they're going to make sure it comes to an end. But what we have seen over the years is that this problem has only gotten worse. And there are fundamental questions to ask as to whether this is it a lack of will? Is it a lack of organization? Is it a lack of understanding of what the problem is? But over the years, what would you say you see, apart from, let's say, that willingness to say, well, whatever it is, a political party or the president or the leadership should take responsibility for it. But do you think that this has just been in such a way now that a political party cannot just come and tell Nigerians, don't worry, we'll bring an end to this, without truly understanding what exactly the issue is as we speak?
The issue is very straightforward. It's not simple, but straightforward. It's issue of lack of governance. The only thing that survives in Nigeria is there are things that can survive by nature. If you give back to a baby boy or a baby girl, if they keep eating and drinking, they will grow up. But any role that government has to play in their life will fail, like education, healthcare, and all of that. If you have a bush path, if people keep working on it, the bush path will remain. But if you build a road which requires government to maintain, that road will go bad. The problem with security is that you have to be a government that has governance and that you are in territorial integrity exists. The thinking of President Tinubu does not go beyond the villa or his private jet that takes him to France. So if you go and govern the country physically, you use the instrument of state to govern the country, the insecurity we have will disappear. There is nothing magical about it. Anywhere vigilante, anybody has done something sustainable about insecurity, it has disappeared. So if we require now, for example, have the permission of government and they allow them to organize and resist these people who are killing them, those people will run away because they too are not fond of dying.
Right.
The problem is that the government is doing three things that it shouldn't do and leaving three things it should do. One, the government is using the security as an excuse to waste your money. So they have not become wittingly or unwittingly partners in retrogression with the bandits. Secondly, they are using it to campaign for elections rather than find solutions to it. Thirdly, they are lying to the people about the state of the security. Those are the three things they shouldn't be doing. The three things they should be doing is, one, have you heard them calling a security summit in Nigeria, what they call Council of State, or call any of these things, and giving benchmark, what must be done, what must be done. If you don't do it, I will remove you. No service chief has ever lost his job because of certain instruction given to him or mandate given to him I didn't do. At the time, President Buhari was laughing that he has sent Chief of Army Staff to go to the front. And he was laughing that he discovered that 3 months later they hadn't gone there. And he was laughing. So, the President Tinubu is choosing service chiefs, head of security, without you being able to see that he has anything for them other than his personal political survival.
All right.
The second thing we are not doing is that we are not rejigging the security architecture to give community. I'm telling you what I am told when I go to Agwan, Rukuba, and all those places, to allow the leaders of the community to have a direct access to government. When you know that people have written you a letter or you have seen some sign that people want to kill you, they started amassing, and you are telling the government, and the government is not doing anything. Thirdly, they have refused to allow us to have a proper police force that will behave like the police in the time of MD Yusuf, Kamsalem, and all that time. What they have now are decorated personal guards following them all over the place.
So, one more thing before you go. Are you happy with INEC's recognition of Shehu Gabam as SDP chairman?
It's not relevant. INEC is being mischievous. You see, the problem with INEC is that they cannot resist the temptation to put their hand in the internal affairs of the party. It is by law. There's nothing in the Constitution of Nigeria, Electoral Act, any regulation or constitution of any party that says that you become chairman of a party if INEC puts you on their website. It's not relevant. We understand that they did it because one of our senators wanted to cross on Friday to leave SDP and go to APC. And he's been struggling with it. They've made him their governorship candidate in Nasarawa State, and he doesn't know what excuse to give. So I saw Senate President Adebayo reading, saying, oh, you are leaving because of leadership tussle in your party. Is that correct? So, and we were laughing. Where is the leadership tussle? Next minute, we saw that they have put the Sheikh Gabab's name on the website. We're not going to react to that.
Which senator is that? Which senator is that?
Ali Wadada. So, if they want to take Wadada, they can take Wadada. We don't care about that. It's the people of his constituency who voted him on SDP ticket. If they are happy with him crossing and taking the mandate to go and give to a non-performing party, it's their choice.
So you will not challenge what INEC has done?
It's irrelevant to us because the only thing is that they may go to prison if they keep saying based on court order. So we've written to them a polite letter to Mr. Mupitan. You are a senior advocate of Nigeria. Can you give us a copy of the court order? Because if there's a court order that says we should put him back, we'll be the first to put him back because we are law abiding. But where is the court order? If there is no court order, go and get the ICT man who put it there to put it back. But in our constitution, in the Electoral Act, in everything we do not derive the appointment of our party officials from INEC website. So they can go and put Obi of Nnewi as the chairman of SDP on their website. It's not relevant to me. What is important is that INEC is a national institution that must not lose credibility because it is a problematic thing. If INEC doesn't have any credibility at all, it will make people to say, okay, this is a useless organization, there's no point me participating in the election, everything. So we want to assure Nigerians that we will tackle INEC, it doesn't disturb us, and we are not going to spend the energy we are using to challenge the bad government of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. We are not going to use it to start attacking INEC. However bad the referee is, if you are a good player, you don't go and kick the referee because FIFA will throw you out. So you kick the ball. So we are focused on the ball. And by January this year, Nigerians will join the SDP to remove Bola Ahmed Tinubu from the presidency so that we can have a chance to run a good government for this country. That's where we are focused.
Prince Adebayo, thank you for your time this morning.
Thank you, and may God bless Nigeria.